Hello viewers, welcome in another episode. As you can see, we'll see some rally cars and some civilian cars as well, civilian versions of those rally cars. We'll see Lancias, one Fiat, few Fords and three Renault 5s. We will start with Lancia and Fiat, that's the Hot Wheels set, Lancia 037 Rally and Fiat 131 Abarth. That's what was in those sets. I think I got the best one. The Volkswagen, maybe, but I'm not really convinced. But Lancia and Fiat, that was no-brainer. I had to get this one. And apart from nice livery, Golf livery, we have very interesting cars. Sadly, those are Hot Wheels premiums, so there are some issues with it as well. Maybe not as much with Fiat, but you can see gaps here. It's not fitted really well. Same on this side. We have safety cage, we have orange and black interior, which is really nice. And at least there is no big problem with pixelization in this model. Maybe those rear lights, you can see how grainy it is, but it's not too bad. Now, Lancia 037, fantastic car, great looking car, and not so great looking interior with pancake, and really bad imitation of rally side windows. It looks more like it's deformed because of heat than anything else. But other than that, maybe those wheels are not too realistic, not as they should be, but they are looking okay. And that blue orange Golf livery is nice. Engine far from perfect, but it's not bad. Rear would be okay if not this toilet plumbing imitating exhaust. This is not looking great. Really, it looks more like plumbing in old toilet. But apart from that, we have even imitation of clips holding bonnet, fuel cap. It's far from being perfect, but then this is only Hot Wheels. The next set, because I will go with Hot Wheels first. We have Hot Wheels Premium with 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth and 93 Ford Escort RS Cosworth. Again, I will show the other two sets. Again, I think I got the best one because Mazda RX-7 FC Pandem and Mazda Miata, that's nice. I think if I will see it at proper price, I will buy it. But Mercedes Sprinter and Toyota Land Cruiser, no, it's they are not bad, but I'm getting so many cars recently. Unless that will be, like amazing price, I wouldn't even bother. And looks at Ford Sierra, one of my favorite cars ever. This one, we have plastic headlamps, which are part of that very dark black screen. It's almost impossible to see anything inside, which probably is a good thing. I don't think there is, a lot inside, but I don't know. I didn't check the video. Maybe someone just drilled those and replaced wheel, so there was chance to see what's inside, but it's way too dark. We can see there are seats, but that's all. Nice red color, not so nice wheels. We have mirrors which are painted red, or maybe they are not painted red. This part is painted black rather. And you know that old, very pixelating printing technique. Look at those rear lights. Okay, this is rally car, so we can assume, that this, it's like mode, etc. But then why rest of the car is so clean? It's really outdated, and I still don't understand why Hot Wheels is using this technology. It doesn't look good, and I don't know if it's so expensive to replace it, or because of that pixelating thing they're saving a lot of money on paint, whatever. I don't get it. Overall, it's not bad. I still take into consideration this is only Hot Wheels. And Ford Escort, RS Cosworth, not bad. There is some pixelization here, it's clearly visible on those strips. Rear lights, there is some pixelization, but it's not as bad as in Sierra. It's nice car, we have clear windscreen, we can see safety cage, we can see interior, it's not bad. Wheels are too big, because I compared it to another Escort. We will see, okay, the other Escort is civilian version, but the difference in size of the wheel is huge. And then there is some inconsistency, because those wheels will fit this Escort, but those wheels we will see rather, if it's not tarmac ready. And if it's not tarmac ready, then why we have sticks? But again, this is Hot Wheels, the people who design it, they don't need to know, as much as we, or they don't need, to put so much emphasis on reality, logical connection between those details. I'm just, old, maybe not so old, but I'm getting older, so I'm more bitter, I'm more complaining than 10 years ago or 20 years ago. So those are our Hot Wheels. But because we've seen already Lancias, we will, and one Lancia and Fiat, we will stick to Lancia. Mini GT, another Lancia Stratos HF Stradale in beautiful yellow color. I'm addicted to Lancia Stratos, as some of you probably already notice, but those who notice probably are as addicted to Lancia Stratos as me, so you don't mind. And this yellow one, it's really nice, with those gold rims. No extra lights, we have just regular headlamps in open position. Even those small lights looks like they are plastic inserts. We have one mirror, it's rubber, really nice rear with acrylic inserts for those red tail lamps. The rest, it's painted. We have some badges, we have this thing of the past. I see it not too often now, even on older cars. When I was younger it was more popular. I think those plastic elements probably now are cracked, etc. So people are removing those and not replacing it with new ones. And as Mini GT does, it's just black interior. It's really hard to see what's inside. But I just love Lancia Stratos. Now I need one of the civilian with closed pop-up lamps and another legend Lancia Delta HF Integrale by Tarmac Works, Road 64, and this one is really nice serial number 500. As much as I'm not, paying attention, 500 looks great. And the model itself is really nice with two flows. As you can see, but I will start with flows. As you can see here, the mirrors are proper mirrors, that's reflective thing. On the other side, if you put something close enough and there is enough light, you will see reflection. But here, it's glued in wrong position. I will fix it at home. I won't touch it here because most likely I will, without proper tools, I will break it or I will lose it. And then, those wheels here in this place, there is something wrong with that rim, but that's all, other than that, it's perfect. It's beautiful model. It's very detailed. Acrylic headlamps, here we have paint, the badge. Wiper blades, front and rear, are separate pieces. Multicolor interior with proper dashboard, there are clocks, etc. Even middle console, we have proper manual gear shifter. Door handles, it looks perfect, even those black things like rear mirror are really nice, properly shaped, and the rear is very nice as well. Nice acrylic inserts as tail lamps. We have not bad exhaust, defrosting. Look at the steering wheel. From this angle we can see dashboard as well. It's really nice model. So now maybe we will go to Renault's. Renault 5. I know it's a very popular car, especially for people who are older than 20 something years old. This is proper hot hatch Renault 5 Turbo. This is civilian version, Tarmac Road 64. I will present you three different versions of Renault 5. This civilian hot hatch, which looks similar to Norev one I shown some time ago, but it's of course much better. Look at those headlamps, details, even those yellow fog lamps are acrylic inserts. Nice registration plate. Again, wiper blade separate pieces. Very nice wheels. Mirrors, it looks great. Inside, look, it's not just one color, you see. This isn't Global 64, we have much more details. Very nice rear lamps. And exhaust, which is, in theory I think someone tried to make whole and paint it black, but here it's not looking great. It's just in wrong place. It's not deep enough. But beside it, look, we have red fog lamp, which is acrylic insert. It's plastic. We have engine cover. Lovely car and lovely model. But I promise you, that's not the only one. Now we have Renault 5 Turbo. Monte Carlo Rally 1981 winner. Ragnotti Andrea and it's Hobby 64, which is more detailed, and we will be able to notice it really. So let's have a look at the front with those extra lights. We see already there is more than in the previous one. Now if you look inside, you can see seat belts, different color seats. You can see fire extinguisher. So we know why this is Hobby 64. Really nice rims. Can we see anything behind those? Not really. Not really. We have antenna. We have spare wheel, which probably, you know, because this is extra realism. You know, they got puncture. They replaced that wheel. That's why tire is sliding. I just wonder which one of those wheels was damaged and why they replaced it, but it's extra realistic. Exhaust here is a little bit better, you know, nice lamps. Again, separate wiper blade, speed limit 90 kilometers per hour. I think they didn't stick to it, you know, okay, between those special places where they were going full crazy. Probably they, not always, but they try to stick to it. We can give them, you know, just a little bit of that. And we have black antenna. Lovely car. Again, you know, I love those old hot hatches, especially the French ones. Not only French ones, you know, but Renault 5 is just, for me, when you tell me hot hatch, Renault 5, that's, you know, one of those things which 100% will get into my mind. I will think not only about it, but it will be there for sure. And the third one, as well, rally version, Renault 5 Maxi Turbo. Tour de Corse, Rally de France, 1985. And it's, the crew is Oriol, and there should be information. Oriol and Ocelli. Oh, let's get it out of the box. One of those annoying things, stupid political correctness, extra decals, so you can add some details which are missing on this one. I hate it. I appreciate they gave me choice, but it should be there. It should be not, you know, the way it is. But I was rambling about that recently, so we can leave it for now. Again, different front with extra lights. We have even towing hook, towing eye. Looks fantastic, you know, the bonnet. Separate wiper blades, mirrors, you know, really, really nice wheels. And decals on tires. We have plenty of details inside, including seat belts. And there are, you can see, I don't know if I will be able to show you this time, but there should be fire extinguisher as well, safety cage. There was no puncture, you know, they have a not used spare wheel. So this is third of our Renault 5s. We are back to fourth. I will start different scale. Now I will start with 143. I will go back to just magnification, regular magnification 1, 1974 Ford Escort RS 2000 Mark 1 by Greenlight. That's my only 143 Greenlight. I don't think it will, be forever just one, I have nothing against, but I seen some very cheap, but there was always other priorities in the shops. In Ireland, if you see those, they are way too expensive. They are not worth as much as people are asking. But this one I seen in one of my favorite shops, music shop in Sligo, and I couldn't resist. It was a little bit overpriced, not too much, it wasn't too bad, but I had to buy it. And for 143 it's not bad. It's not the best, but it's okay. We have seat belts. We should have some extra details as well. Wiper blades, really nice mirrors. Not bad wheels, but I can see anything behind those rims. We have mud flaps, rear lights. It's good enough, and if you like Fords, why not? I don't have too many of those Ford Escorts, and I think that's the only one in 143 scale. So back to 164 scale. We will start with Ford Escort, civilian version of Ford Escort RS Cosworth, left-hand drive. It's in a 64, blue metallic, and it's really, really fantastic model. Back to 3-time magnification. This car deserves it, it's not afraid of such scrutiny. Registration plate, I think that's old German registration plate, but I'm not 100% sure. We have fantastic headlamp with those, those separate units are clearly visible. Maybe wiper blades are part of windscreen, but it's not bad at all. Nice wheels with brake discs and calipers, and it's not just part of like flat with rims. There are gaps, same on the rear, and then really nice rear with proper exhaust. They even add some black paint into that hole. It's maybe not deep, but thanks to black it looks like it's much deeper. You have badges, famous wing. We have defrosting installation, and inside look, white clocks, and fuel gauges, the temperature gauges, and of course antenna. And we can compare it how much bigger is Hot Wheels. Okay. It's much bigger, wider, longer, and if I put it this way, can we see? Yeah, you can see how much bigger are wheels. That's why I told you, even taking into consideration this is ready version, those rims are too big. And then if it's not tarmac rally, then those tires shouldn't be as as slim as they are here. But back to another 64 Ford Sierra RS 500 Cosworth Black, and this one is just you know, ticking all those boxes for me, for a cool classic car from my childhood. And let's have a look. Again, fantastic lights with separate units, wiper blade, registration plate, and then those wheels. Those are metal photo etched, and that's not all, because if you don't want to enjoy those wheels, you have fantastic Oz racing wheels, set of 4 racing wheels with, you know, it will be easy to replace those, and those wheels are fantastic. You know, looking at the value of the model with those wheels, it's fantastic because, you know, I wouldn't replace those wheels. Those wheels are perfect here. But those wheels are perfect for some other cars. I can use it for other cars, and I would have to spend like €5 or even more to get set of such nice wheels. And I got it with this one. And then, you know, interior, it's not bad. Look at the seats. You know, when we have multicolor, we have grayish, we have that, you know, pinkish design, you know, pattern on seats. We have some black again, we have dashboard, you know, tone, you can see it here, and the rear is fantastic again. And even look at the frosting installation, you know, with those, it looks so real. Inno64 did great job here. This isn't only Inno64 Ford Sierra I have, and it won't be last one, that I'm absolutely sure. I will try to get as many of those doesn't matter made by Tarmac or Inno64. They are great models, great cars, and I love them, and I will buy them. And I'm sticking to this. The last model, I need to make some room, because last model, this is again Tarmac works, and it's Hobby 64 Ford RS200 Lombard RAC Rally 1986. I think we've seen one of Skoda recently from same rally, but this is again Hobby 64, and it's one of those top, you know, Hobby 64 models, as you can see here. So without further ado, let's open it and have a closer look at this magnificent model made by Tarmac Works. Well, there is card with number. It's not that amazing as in Lancia. It's 1466, whatever. We have support for rear, but we can put it back, and we can have look at model in acrylic case, and then we can remove acrylic case and remove those parts as well, because we have some extra details. As you can see, there is engine cover, there is frame on which we can put engine cover, and there is model itself. And look at it. Okay, there we can see something, you know, that they try to save money. Wiper blades are just part of the front windscreen. It's not bad, but you know, it isn't separate piece. That's the one thing. But look inside we have seat belts, we have, you can see here, fire extinguisher, gear shifter, you know, all those usual suspects, but the front looks great. From the side it looks great as well. Again, a little bit of cost saving because we have, you know, even those are more expensive. We have brake discs and calipers, but those are rather flat. The calipers are barely visible. I think I can see some grooves or something like that on brake disc, but you know, it could be my imagination and imperfection of the plastic. We have rubber tires with Pirelli stickers, same on the rear. You know, it looks great. That plastic side windows looks as they should, much better than Hot Wheels, but you know that Hot Wheels is Hot Wheels. But look here, suspension with springs, you know, spare wheel, exhaust, turbo, engine, you know, all those fluid reservoirs, you know, coolers, extra suspension, you know, it's air ducts, you know, it's fantastic. It's really nice. I love those, you know, Hobby 64 models with opening parts or parts which you could remove as here. I will put cover on in its place. You know, there is no magnetos like in Pop Race or some other models, but it's okay, you know, as long it fits well, as long as you want to try to turn it upside down, it's holding, there is no problem at all. You know, okay, this part, you know, it's just getting into view a little bit, but the rear is fantastic, you know, even in such form. This is fantastic car, and I know there is another civilian version, red one, of this car. I think there is another rally version, but I'm not sure if it's already available or if it's only pre-order. I will try to get those, but because they are quite expensive, I'm looking for those chances to save few euros and buy those cheaper. So maybe not now, but eventually maybe I will get order as well. But this is last model for today. As usual, which one of those would be your favorite? Because you know, those are great models. I love those. I think many of you likes those models as well. You know, it's, I think, generation thing. Younger generation, you know, okay, they can be a little bit different, you know, maybe they are not as huge fans as me or some other people, but for me this is fantastic model. I love it. Which one of those would be your favorite? You know, here I'm really torn. I don't think I will be ever able to say which one would be my favorite. You know, I think that's why I mix those today, is because I love all of them. I love all of them, you know. I wouldn't, you know, I don't want to pick just one, because all those Fords, all those Renaults, Lancias, you know, even Hot Wheels Fiat, this probably is my last favorite, you know, not because what brand it is, but really Hot Wheels could do it better. It's not terrible, but you know, those gaps between plastic and metal. That's not good. But you know, even this one is Hot Wheels, but this is Lancia 037, and I know, you know, those are not perfect, etc. But I love the car. So even if it's not perfect representation of that car, but it's good enough, that's good enough for me as well. Still, I prefer if it's really, really nice and detailed. So, if you can share with me your opinion, which one of those is your favorite, or maybe that is completely different car from that era. You know, I would really love to hear from you, because then maybe, you know, I will buy, or maybe I will have it, you know, I can show it, or you know, your opinion can give me very good idea what I should buy next. But that's enough. As usual, all the best for all of you. Enjoy summer and see you soon. Bye bye.